Who do they represent? Meghan and Harry were cruelly cursed to meet NATO leaders. As the cheating couple's PR leaks continue, the reaction to their questionable behavior is increasingly mixed. And welcome back to the Princess Diana News Channel, friends. The Prince of Wales will visit New York next week. All this is part of an effort to strengthen his role as a world public servant. He will be there to meet UN leaders and attend a summit for his £50 million Earthshot Prize, which I am pleased to say is now in its third year. And according to one expert, Harry and Meghan's appearance before NATO leaders in Germany is an attempt to compete with William in this PR battle between the two brothers and their spouses. Brand and culture expert Nick Addy said Meghan and Harry's decision to pose with NATO leaders could be a power play in a personal PR battle. But they seem to be fighting a losing battle as William becomes increasingly popular in the US. And his visit created a lot of interest in the entire pond. All TV channels are asking for an interview. William and Catherine, Prince and Princess of Wales, representing Great Britain. And the Union. Harry and Meghan, on the other hand, seem to be representing themselves. There is a huge difference between just taking a picture of yourself with someone and actually meeting and talking. Now Harry can pretend to be important all day, but in reality he doesn't have the power that William has on the real-world stage. And how could there be a power struggle? I mean, come on, Prince William is going to be the King of Great Britain with his constitutional and union role as head of state. Prince Harry, on the other hand, is no one to marry an American actress. We all know that Harry is so low in the hierarchy now that the people at the top of the list think he's not very important because he is. Besides, everything Meghan and Harry do must serve their own interests and their wallets. As a former king who ran away from his country, his duties, military obligations, veterans, and charities, and is now desperately trying to make a career as a vigilante celebrity, why are these people even giving him time? From day, and what the hell with that garbage that married Harry, did she even let it? We know that people are only trying to be polite, but I don't think these two idiots will ever understand that. They are not considered important. Why should they be? I mean, this repetitive, endless competition game with William and Catherine is a waste of their time and energy. At this point, the two of them are just so incredibly irrelevant. I mean, they only make themselves look more and more pathetic with all this. But still they believe they are entitled to the very best accommodation out there, with Meghan's demands list stretching over 4 pages, including a room to be kept at a constant temperature of whatever degrees, and that was even before she got there. Apparently her staff had to get there before she did to make sure that everything was just perfect, and that speech she gave about school runs and milkshakes. I mean, that was ridiculously bad. I guess she figured the beginning of the games was going to be kind of boring for her, or maybe the cameras weren't going to be there focusing on her until the competition really started. Meghan and Harry have made millions off of those games through Netflix, and I hope they give that money to the veterans, but I don't believe they will. I thought games were supposed to be about veterans. I think I was wrong. It's all about Harkles. The focus was supposed to be on the contestants, but with Meghan and Harry involved, we knew that wasn't going to happen. In general, there is no one, but they want so badly to fit in and play a role that ideally will bring them a lot of money. They are just a selfish man and woman, just like millions of people around the world, and indeed at every level of society today. Today, Western society seems to be full of narcissists. It's like a new plague. What's also interesting is how hungry they are for a platform, a way to stay relevant. I mean, they have a good chance of remaining relevant for the rest of their lives when they get married. If they had just stayed on as working royals and actually done the work, they wouldn't have to try so hard to be recognized. And unfortunately, when one partner tears you away from your roots and convinces you that none of your friends or family really care about you, only they understand you, only they care about you, that is a huge red flag, and it's not going to end well. If somebody ever tells you that they're the only ones who care about you, then you need to run, and run fast and run far, because nobody can live in a controlling relationship like that for long. And I do believe that Harry's friends and family tried to warn him of this, but he just didn't listen. And now look at what's happened. Harry and Meghan are an ex-couple who are so eager to interest anyone that their enthusiasm really goes a little too far. It's all about them. We hear nothing about the athletes and their achievements. Instead, this show is about Harry and Meghan. It's a shame, but equally important because I know the people involved in this want to be mentioned, they want to be credited because they've worked so hard to get to this point. Maybe they can bring back the real royals. Now maybe they can only bring Harry back, but not Meghan. She saw a captive audience and immediately used it as a platform for advertising, fashion and word salad speaking engagements. She really should sit in the audience and shut up. And I'm sure most of the people in the audience and the contestants will agree that the false Duchess should be banned. He always speaks when there is someone who needs to be listened to. And about these recent photos of Meghan Markle on the way to In-N-Out. Now I realize that's a little weird because in the past she's only taken pictures in the passenger seat. And suddenly we see these staged images of ourselves in the driver's seat of a 140,000 Range Rover driving a hamburger with a potential girlfriend in the passenger seat. If you notice someone offering her a drink in the photo, you'll notice that she's looking straight ahead. She didn't even look at the girl who poured her drink. How could she know that her drink would be in her paw without looking? I know it's a small detail, but it still bothers me. Why is she looking straight ahead with a twisted smile on her face? Who is she even looking at? Now it seems that Meghan is now playing two roles. She should act as if she is comprehensive, powerful and independent and also a mother. However, it's funny how hard she works to convince everyone that she really is this loving mother. Does Meghan really think she's a role model for working moms, or did she just overdo it? Meghan throws many versions of herself out there and just hopes one of them likes it. But of course it doesn't work. He pretends to be cold. She pretends to be a busy mother, she pretends to be a cold mother carrying her children and fetching milk. Meghan, honey, give up. You are not fooling anyone. And we're getting international superstar Meghan to board her private jet and drink champagne, eat expensive food and sleep for about 6 hours after a 9-hour flight, before heading to Düsseldorf airport to freshen up. And then he might even go on stage and give a pep talk to an audience full of people who don't want to listen to him. Wow, she really can do anything. And in Düsseldorf, Meghan took the opportunity to remind everyone that she really doesn't need that help. He can do it himself. She can do her own makeup. She can dress herself, she can even do her own hair. And she only needed an hour to get ready, because don't forget that Meghan Markle is actually very low maintenance. Don't believe the rumors. And she arrives just in time to steal her husband's microphone. And then she brags about her duties as a mother and lectures everyone about family values after tearing up both sides of the family and ignoring her bankrupt father who tried to raise her and give her everything. And since she is the cause of father's brokenness, how can we blame her for trying to make money off him in his retirement years? It's not like he has anything else. But everything he does is carefully calculated. Make no mistake. And he makes himself a bigger liar at every opportunity. I'm surprised their fans are so brainwashed. I mean, it's all very clear. But some companies still want their support. Or is it? Netflix is probably the only company still willing to invest in him, and I guess they don't care how corrupt he is as long as his story sells. And he finds an audience, perhaps as an influencer. However, I do not know how long. He will soon reach the end of the road. But before that happens, he destroys a few more reputations along the way. When I saw them coming, I ran away or at least tried to cross the street. What successful company would want to risk its reputation on this nonsense? They would benefit more from hiring some homeless people to sleep in their cars until they find housing. At least people could identify with them. At least they look more human. And you, what do you think of Meghan Markle? Please voice your opinion in the comments below. If you find my video useful, please like it and share it with others who will like it. Don't forget to support us even more by subscribing to the Princess Diana News team. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great weekend and I'll see you again in a future video.